Welcome back, guys, to Kerbal Space Explosion. We begin this episode on Paul with Merlong and Lightspeed, the race car, in this spiky plain of all these upthrust rocks. However this might form geologically, I haven't a clue. Last episode, we spent a little bit of time exploring some of the different moons, having a little bit of fun, and looking at an Easter egg. Today, it's time to start gathering the Technobots back together and reforming them, well, kind of, into Computron. So we're still playing Kerbal Space Program. And so we're not bringing a lot of these ships back. We're going to dock them back to the main part of Computron and drain all of their fuel into Computron to give us our best chance of getting all the way back to Kerbin. And we're going to begin that process today on Paul with Merlong and Lightspeed. But before we can take off and leave from here, we have to actually get all these guys back to Computron. A few of them are going to need... Let me turn the brakes off. Can I actually... I can't remember if I can actually move. Yeah, we can move a little bit on this moon. The gravity is quite low. See there? Just going around that corner, my wheels came up off the ground. I want to turn around to face east. We're going to be taking off in that direction. Taking off with this guy may be a little bit tricksy. Shouldn't be too hard. The main thing I foresee as a problem is as we tip back, our nuclear engines here are sticking out way far in the back, and I just want to make sure that we don't slam those into the ground and knock them off. But first, before we can get out of here, we've got to get everybody back to Computron. This guy has a decent amount of fuel. He's got nuclear engines, and he's the lightest of all the different Technobots. Should be no problem. And we're actually probably going to use him to go rescue Nosecone, who's stranded on Vol. So let's see, how are we going to do this? We have to navigate this field. This is going to make taking off a little bit trickier. Tell you what, let's do a sweet jump. I've said that a lot of times. It's a reference to Napoleon Dynamite when he did a little jump with his bike, and it was not sweet, but it was a very small jump. But in his mind, it was a sweet jump, and I think that encapsulates what we're doing. It's not super impressive, but I'm having enough fun that it doesn't matter. That's the point. Okay, so let's not hit any of these rocks. I'm just going to roll along here. I want to see what's on the other side of this hill. I suppose we could take off right here, probably. This has the... Oh, God! What'd we lose? Oh, no. We lost the... Turn. Whoa, that was close. Brakes. Bounce. Great, and our wheel broke. Not a big deal. All right, we got to get out of here. We're out of here, sucker. Okay, we just lost. That's actually kind of bad. We just lost the little probe core there, which was helping us maneuver a little bit easier. Right now, we're controlling it with the this cupola. And it's making the nav ball point at a weird direction. It's going to make maneuvering with this guy harder. But I guess we'll just have to do the best we can. We're getting out of here. See you later, spiky ground. And we're already... Let's see, how high is that? Let's get up to about 10 kilometers. Okay. So this means it's going to be harder to navigate with this guy because of the nav ball being at a weird angle based on the orientation of our command module. This means we might send Nosecone, or not Nosecone, Afterburner, the motorcycle, to go pick up Nosecone, or at least Nosecone's pilot. Nosecone is dead in the air. He's not going anywhere. Ooh, look at this mountain. Maybe we need to go higher than 10 kilometers. That is a jagged peak. If I had kept our elevation at 5 kilometers, we probably would have been all right, but it would have been kind of close if we had been just a little bit south of our current position. Yeah, we're going to be fine. All right, no worries. No worries. But we should be able to get back to, at the very minimum, we should be able to get back to Computron and, I guess, redock. Oh, let's turn the brakes on. Those wheels are spinning. We're going to redock and then drain the fuel into Computron. I can't remember if I did the gravity data in air, so we'll go ahead and do another one. The sensor picks up multiple layers under the surface of the planet. Keep that data. Can we speed up yet? Yes. Okay, zoom in. Let's turn... Oh, I can't turn the lights off. Well, we've got plenty of electrical charge. I'll just leave the lights on for the time being. The part count isn't too bad. Let me actually check here. 141 parts. Not so bad. A lot of that is the iron plating on the outside, which makes the guy look a little heavier than he really should. We'll go up to 10 times and get up to apoapsis. I kind of have the feeling that the burn to get into orbit is going to be kind of quick. Okay. And let's see. So we're rotated 90 degrees. That means to point towards our prograde vector, we want to be pointed directly north like this. I think that's what that means anyway. Okay, and let's just watch this, and it's fine if our apoapsis goes up kind of high, like that, and we'll raise it again when we get to that point. We'll actually turn the lights. Oh, God. Okay, we lost more than I thought. We lost the entire nose. Ooh, and we're losing some fuel, too. I didn't realize that would all be gone. Okay, so we're losing 180 fuel. Unless that's still connected. No, look. Okay, it looks like the fuel lines are still connected. Is it holding on but purely by the fuel lines? I think it may be. I'm not exactly sure. That's about to fall off, though. Hopefully we can... Let's see if I can transfer, actually. Okay, let's... In. Yes. Okay, let's transfer that in before that falls off for real. Looks like there's going to be a little bit left in there, but at least we've salvaged some of it. I can't believe we... Well, that's what you get. I mean, I could have just taken off and, like, not messed around. I wasn't really doing anything that bad, though. This one's empty. That one's empty. So there's just a little bit left in those if we happen to lose that. Let's speed up. Oh, there goes a panel. We crashed our race car. Well, I mean, it's about time things started to go wrong. We've got, everything was going swimmingly well. And then we had a few wrong turns, a few missteps. Nose cone is out of fuel, needs picking up, and he's in a wonky orbit to boot. Okay, then now, see, this is our retrograde. I need to point, I'm pretty sure, here. And we don't want to point here. This is a lie. This is not our prograde vector, because our nav ball is flipped 90 degrees. Just because of the way the car is made. So we want to be pointed like this. This may make getting back to Computron a little difficult. Okay, we'll just do that. Good. Did we lose? It's still connected. I think it's connected by the fuel lines, so maybe it won't fall off. These guys don't provide enough thrust to really shake it loose, I guess. That's all. We only used one fuel in that little catastrophe. All right, well, we're going to have to deal with it. So first thing we need to do, we need to escape from the sphere of influence of Paul and get back to Computron, which is here. So we need to escape going to the left, which means we want to burn like here. Something like that. Like that. There we go. And that's going to bring us right down there. Something like that. And we're going to have to do a inclination change as well. Yeah, okay. A little bit. All right. So we won't come all the way down to where Computron is. We'll just give ourselves a little leeway because we're going to have to do some docking procedures where we sync up the orbits and whatnot. Let's zoom back in. we have to be facing that way, and I'll have to... Yeah, we're gonna have to figure it out. Calculate the 90 degrees. The estimated burn time should be accurate, but our direction is not. Okay, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So, at this point, the marker should be more or less right on our prograde, or near enough by the time we get to it. So right before we go, I'm just going to tip back 90 degrees. See how we're pointed right at the planet? I wonder if there's some way to adjust for that, but I don't think so. I think we just have to work with it or work around it. Okay. Well, let's get down to 20 degrees, and I'll go back 90 degrees. And that'll be that. Yeah, this should be easy enough, because we're just going prograde. So it's pointed right at the horizon. So if we point our nose right at the horizon, and put our little icon here on that little dot, that should be fine. Close enough, anyway. This'll get it done. We don't have to be super precise right now. And so I'm going to do some of the maneuvers to get us back to Computron, and we'll probably resume recording once we get a little closer. Here we go, home sweet home, coming back to Computron. Oh, okay, we need to, let's see, we need to shift over this way. I switched over to RCS, and it's a little simpler to maneuver now. When I just think of it, a rocket ship going up like this. Okay, that's probably enough that way. And I just basically disregard these rockets. Getting here wasn't too bad. I just basically had to rotate my ship 90 degrees each time. Let's see, we want to slow down a little bit. We only need to dock the one port, and then we're going to transfer the fuel, and Murlong's going to transfer over. Let's see, go this way. And then we're going to jettison this thing. I was going to use it to go pick up... Go forward. I was going to use it to go pick up nose cone, but I think we'll use Afterburner, the motorcycle, to do that. Or we may try to do Strafe, because he's closer. Well, I'm going to have to think about that before I attempt either one. But this guy is going to be too much of a pain in the butt to get all the way over there, even though he's the more efficient vessel. Now that we lost the probe core, it's a little bit too much of a pain in the butt to maneuver him. Okay, next up, we're going to take Dundred and Tomble, who are the current pilots of Afterburner, our space, well, butterfly, space dragonfly, some kind of insect. Let me know in the comments what you think that insect is. But Afterburner, the Transformer, Technobot, whatever. We need to get him out of here. We need to leave the dead Kraken who we've smushed. Actually, I wouldn't mind frying that up with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of oil, have some calamari. We need to get back. We need to get out of here and get back to Computron. So there's Jool. We're gonna basically leave in more or less a polar orbit, and we can actually use our little navigation symbols on this ship because it's the command pod is in the right orientation. So we're gonna leave on a polar orbit, which doesn't matter because once we get out of the sphere of influence here, which shouldn't take much, we'll be back in a normal orbit around Jool itself. So basically, we need to go, if we look at this map, we need to go to the right of Jool. So we're looking there. I'm just going to orient and go that away, more or less. Close enough, whatever. Let's see, are the brakes on? They are. Let's bring up the landing legs. And I don't want anything to break on him. We have already lost one docking port. But we're going to use this guy, I think, to go pick up nose cone. So I don't want to break anything, because we need it mostly operational. And nose cone's in his orbit. He is in orbit, so all we have to do is go rendezvous with him in that orbit. We don't have to land again. But even so, I don't want to break anything. If we can manage it, we're going to redock this guy with Computron, fill up the fuel tanks, and then probably head after nose cone next episode. Alright, we're going to go real slow until we hit this hill right here. Then we're going to speed up and tip back to raise our height so we don't run into any other hills. Hopefully everything goes okay. Goodbye, Kraken. It was nice meeting you finally face to face. You've been our nemesis for so long. Okay, here we go. We're about to hit the hill. As soon as we... Actually, let me slow down here. I'm going to hit the brakes. Because I'm a little worried we're already going a little too fast. Yeah, brakes don't really do much. Brakes are not doing much at all. Hopefully we'll be okay. Don't tip over. Go up the hill. Don't crash. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Boink. Okay, not bad. Perfect. Full throttle ahead. Jump off the hill. Here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, I think we made it. Our apoapsis... Ooh, okay. I don't know if we can trust that, but it says that our apoapsis is already quite high. Shouldn't take much to get into orbit. Well, our current elevation is 14,000 right here. And that's only at less than 16,000. That's not actually that high for Bop with its crazy terrain. I'm just going to burn straight ahead, though. And just like that, we're going to get into this wonky orbit. And looks like we're going to clear the mountain. Okay, lovely. I'm going to keep burning until about there. 24,000 looks good. Can we speed up yet? No, but we can do physical acceleration. ×4. Awesome. See you later, Bop. What a silly name for a moon. Bop. Okay, and then basically here we're going to burn prograde to get into orbit, and then somewhere under here we're going to burn prograde again to escape, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the other ship to get into an encounter with Computron and redock. Alright, here we come. Ship number 3 out of 5. Scatter shot, docked, lightspeed docked, afterburner about to be docked. In just a second, I'm kind of coming in upside down. It's confusing my fingers on which direction I need to be spinning this guy. Let's see, like that. And then we need to go forward, 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 forward. Lovely. Oh, and then, crap. Slow down, and go that way. But we're pretty close. Should be like clockwork. We'll have 3 out of 5 of our guys back. Remember, we brought Tomble, who was not, didn't get the chance. No, this way. Did not get the chance to land on Tylo with scatter shot, so we brought him with afterburner so he could get a little EVA time, or, you know, surface time, rather. Alright, time to set off from Lathe with Strafe. Look at that, I got it right. Back to Computron. This is the last one we'll do for this video. Whoops, what's going on here? Turn those off. Shut down. Those are inefficient engines there. Shut down. We don't want to be firing those. Let's just use... Well, they're very efficient in atmosphere, I should clarify. They're not as efficient in the vacuum of space as our good old pal, the nuclear engine here. Putting out a whopping 800 specific impulse. Okay, we also need to drop some weight. Where's a... Jool is on the other side of Lathe, so we can't see it. I was just looking for a good angle. There we go. We no longer look exactly like Strafe, but we're a little bit lighter. Those tanks were empty. We're down to these 2 tanks. I hope we have enough fuel, otherwise we're going to have to send 2 rescue missions. But we have not that far to go. We have to go from Lathe's orbit out to here. And we do have the nuclear engine. And as per usual, this is kind of boring, using these nuclear engines. This is why I go back and forth between wanting to do something huge and fast and something more efficient. It's because this is kind of slow and boring. So I want to do something fast, which takes a lot of parts, and that gets laggy. Then I want to do something more efficient so the game runs better, and that's slow. So I go back and forth. But I think we're going to be okay, and we'll see you back at Computron for the docking and the reunions. So I'm on the way back to Computron, and we're actually going to do a gravity assist around Vault to save fuel. And we're going to give Nosecone a little flyby. He's in orbit around there. Bye-bye, Nosecone. There was our flyby. Okay. Now let's see if this actually changes or if this is the actual thing. The actual orbit we're going to end up in. I've had the navigation system lie to us before. So let's speed up. And there we go. Okay, good. So that brings us right out to more or less the apoapsis of Computron. Well, it's Computron's periapsis, but our apoapsis will be out that far. And so then at this point, just gonna point my nose in the prograde direction and burn until we run out of fuel, or we rendezvous with Computron. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Good. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good right there. Were you moving too fast? No, I think we have success. All right, so 4 out of 5 Technobots have been rejoined with their vessel. We're going to EVA Hudhat. And first thing he's going to do is he's going to take the data from the hatch. And then he's going to let go. He's going to turn on his RCS. And we need to pick up the science, which is over here. We're back to a fairly large part count, and the frame rate's a little low again, but that's going to pass very quickly. Next episode, we need to go pick up Nosecone. Let's see, am I not quite close enough yet? We're going to go pick up Nosecone with one of these guys, and we're going to jettison the other vessels. And once we get back with Nosecone, or, I guess with Afterburner, after we go pick up the pilot of Nosecone with Afterburner, we're going to jettison all 4 of them. We're only going to keep the Scattershot who's on the nose, the remnants of Scattershot anyway. Is that all of them? Okay, I think that's it. And then we're just going to go back with the core of Computron, this interplanetary stage. It should be much lighter, so we should be much more efficient with our fuel. And also, it should be less laggy, because the part count will be substantially less. So it should be a nice and pleasant return journey. And I think at this point, it's safe to say that everything is going to be okay. There's still plenty of chances for things to go wrong, but I feel confident that we're going to get all of them back with the science, all 5 pilots. Let's get Hudhat back into this stowaway compartment, the escape hatch, the escape vessel. Almost there. A little bit laggy, so I'm just going slow. Here we go. There we go. And F. Pop up. There we go. Don't bounce off. Oh. And board. Okay, good. Sweet. So they're all aboard there. And the last guy is going to go in this one. We'll jettison the sides, and we will head for home next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. Next episode, we're getting out of here. It's been a lovely adventure, but it's time to go home. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.